Hey guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome to another video. So today I thought that I would just give you a quick run through of all of the books that I want to reread. Now all of them are for, well, most of them are for completely different reasons. Some I just want to reread because they were so good. Some I want to reread because I have completely forgotten what happens and I just want to remember. And then some of the reasons are just because the next book is coming out and I need to remember what happens. So yeah, I think that's all the introduction that you need. Without any further ado, let's just get into it. So the first book that I want to reread is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, and I want to reread this because I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5 on my review, and I can't remember why. Like, why did I give it 4? I can't remember the storyline, so for me that's like, it can't be that good if I can't remember the storyline. But then part of me thinks, well, I read so many books that the storylines just sometimes blur all into one. But I do want to give this one another go. There's like little pieces of artwork that are on the pages like this, and that's pretty much all the way throughout the book. So even if it's like little paint splatters across the pages, there is artwork, and I just find that really interesting. I do have a second Jandy Nelson book on this list, and that is The Sky is Everywhere. I brought this so many years ago. I think I might have been about 13, 14, 7 years ago. And the whole reason why I brought this book was because of the type of book it is and the cover. So this cover's like a canvas feel, and then you've got like this little elasticated thing here. You take that off, and the design of the book is absolutely gorgeous. So the typography is blue, if you can see that, and then all the way throughout the book there's little pictures like this that go with the story, and it's just something that I remember reading and I just absolutely loved it. So 7 years later I want to give it another go, and I want to see if it's as good as her newer releases like this one. The next books that I want to read are actually part of the same like series, and that is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton and Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton. This is the first book, this is the second book, and I want to reread these just because they were so good. I absolutely loved the first book. The second book was a little bit more slow and there was a lot more, you know, stuff going on, but that didn't stop me from loving it, and I devoured both of these books. And I know there's a third one coming out in 2018, I think, so I'm really excited to get to that one. So, and plus the covers are amazing, and I do actually really like the American paperback covers as well, with the main female protagonist on the front cover, so I might get my hands on those as well. But yeah, the next series that I want to reread is one that is probably going to take me absolutely ages, and that's because there's about 1 billion books. So the first kind of lot in that little section is the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. So we've got Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess. So that's the trilogy that I want to reread. And then we go on to the Mortal Instruments books. So there is City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Heavenly Fire, City of Lost Souls, City of Fallen Angels. That's the one that I forgot. I knew, see, it's because there's too many, I can't keep up. I want to reread these two, and then I haven't read Lady Midnight yet. So basically everything by Cassandra Clare I need to read or reread, because again, I read these so many years ago. I think I was like 15, 16 maybe. So I want to give them another go, see if I like them as much now as I did back then. There's just so many, that's why I've been putting off rereading them, because there's just too many to get through. And plus I have loads of books on my TBR anyway. I don't want to keep adding to the amount that there is. The next one that I want to reread is actually a very new release. It was released in, I think it might have been July. I got an arc of it, and so I read it about February, and I absolutely fell in love with the story. I had the pleasure of meeting the author. and that book is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. I absolutely fell in love with this book. I mean, the whole premise was just amazing. The writing was just, it flowed really well and it was really creative, and I just, yeah, everything about this book I just loved and I can't get enough of, and so I want to reread it now. Look at the spine, it's so cute. Probably not in the next like few weeks, but definitely within the next few months I do want to reread this. If you haven't read it, definitely check it out. The next series that I want to reread is, of course, Harry Potter, because, well, why not? I think I've reread them about 5 times. I think I've read the whole series about 5 times, but it's not gonna hurt rereading it for a 6th, right? I mean, I have so many different covers of this like same book. So I've got the illustrated edition, I've got this edition, I've got the first covers back when they all came out in like late 90s, early 2000s, and then I've got the American covers. I don't know, I just, yeah, I've got loads of copies and I definitely want to reread them because it's just, I want to relive my childhood as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, like the Infernal Devices and the Mortal Instruments, it's going to take me a while to get through because obviously like there's 7 and they get like bigger and bigger and bigger as the series goes on. Maybe not in the next few weeks, maybe over Christmas. I might reread Harry Potter over Christmas. It seems like the right time to do it, but just holding it now, it makes me want to read it again, like right now, because and see, just seeing this chapter page makes me want to reread it right now, but I can't because university books. The next one I want to reread because I am not 100% sure about how I feel about it. I first read this last year. The thing for me was when I first read it, I didn't really like the mental health representation within this novel, but I want to give it a reread to see, you know, has my opinion changed of that? Was it just me feeling a little bit salty? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but that book is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This book, I'm sure you all know what it's about, but there's a film being made of it, and I want to reread the book before the film comes out, but I don't know, like loads of people said that it's got really good mental health rep, and when I read it, I think I gave like 3 out of 5 stars, but it just, something did not sit well with me when I was reading this. Something about the representation just didn't sit well with me, so I want to reread it, see if my opinion's changed. I did meet Jennifer Niven, there we go, but that was for the release of Holding Up the Universe, and I absolutely loved that book. I really loved the storyline. I think it had way better writing than this one does, but nevertheless, I want to give this one another go. The next book that I want to reread is Reboot by Amy Tintera. Amy Tintera is the author of Ruined and Avenged, and I want to reread this because I need to read this, which is the second book in the duology, and I can't remember what happens at all in Reboot. I mean, I've got a rough idea, but I know that I definitely won't be able to go into Rebel without remembering what happened in this one, so that's the reason for me wanting to read these. I know that I enjoyed it. I think I gave it about 4 out of 5 stars. Definitely want to reread. And then the next one, and the last one that I want to reread, is the first book in a series. I haven't read the rest of the series yet, but I loved the first book so much that I just want to reread it as many times as I can, and that is Ink and Bone by Rachel Caine. I cannot say enough good words about how amazing this book was, and I've heard that the books just keep getting better and better as the series goes on, so I can't wait to read the other 2 that are out at the moment, which is we've got Paper and Fire, which is the second one, and Ash and Quill, which is the third one, and there is a 4th one being released, but I'm not 100% sure when. Definitely want to give this a go again because it's a book about books and that just makes me happy. So, and if you think you recognise the name Rachel Caine, it is because she is the author who wrote the Morganville Vampire series. which was absolutely massive, like in popularity and in length, because there's like 15 books. So that was just a quick little video that I thought I would put out there. And yeah, those are the books that I want to reread in the near future, probably within like the next 6 months. That's the near future to me, considering that I have just so much else going on that I wouldn't have time to reread them in the next like couple of months. That's it for this video. What books do you want to reread? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm actually very interested in what books are like the most popular for rereads among you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you've got any comments or questions, you know where to put them, in the comments box below. I do post videos every Monday, Tuesday and Friday. So if you want a notification for when any videos go up, just click on the bell icon below after you're subscribed, of course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!